Okay, welcome back to Alternites Baseball. This is Dave Homan tonight here at Joyce Park in Hamilton, Ohio for a GCL Part 2 matchup between the Alternites and the Hamilton Badin Rams. Rams taking one from the Knights on Wednesday. Back here for round 2. Quickly, DeMario takes strike 1. If you hear me cutting in and out with the audio, it's because there's a ton of background music playing and I don't want to be flagged by Facebook or YouTube for copyright. So that's why I'll be cutting out. But quickly, the count is 0-2 on Jack DeMario. Jack in his first game back after a trip to DC with the seniors, and the ball's high, counts 1-2. A rear leadoff appearance for Jack DeMario this year. Danny Mangan normally starting, missing outside, and one thing I notice here tonight is no batter's box, and that's not been a good thing this year when we've not had that batter's box, so we will see what the balls and strikes look like. That's a curve ball fouled up and away, and the count remains even at 2-2. Beautiful facility here at Joyce Park for the Rams. Missing, ball 3. It's a grass field. Trees line the outfield fence, so you can pick the ball up as a batter. Ball is hit, and it's blooped, and that's going to fall into right field. DeMario rounds first, but he will stay there, and good sign. Jack DeMario leadoff hit here for the Knights in the first inning. And that will bring up third baseman Danny Mangan. So Danny this week seemed to be playing just about every position on the field. Very versatile player for the Knights. Tonight he is at third base, batting second. Third baseman for Badin is up on the grass, anticipating a bunt. Throw over to first. DeMario is back. Strong wind tonight, gusting from right field to left field. That ball's high, and a quick throw over to first. DeMario back. So wind will be a factor tonight for any ball that's hit in the air. That's a bunt. Nice bunt. Oh, he called foul ball. He seemed that ball bounced and was fielded right above the line, and so umpire making a judgment call. And 1-1 is the count. Catcher quickly up with that throw. So Badin reading bunt the entire time. So definitely a sacrifice situation, not bunting for a base hit. Ooh, Mangan pulled back, but strike 2, and it's 1-2. And Mangan swinging ahead, Badin's third baseman. Back in line, swing and a miss. Strike 3. So nice movement on that pitch. And that will bring up Moose. Luke Ewald comes to the plate for the Knights. With 1 out. DeMario over at first. And the strike. He's not throwing a lot of fastballs here, but just throwing a lot of junk early on. And the wind is just swirling right now. Strike 2, same pitch. Quickly 0-2. And he is quickly back in on the mound, looking in for the sign. Comes set and delivers. Catcher has to block up for that one. And that is Dylan Bellauer behind the plate. Sean Osborne is on the mound tonight, a senior for the Rams. Ball is high. When you're running the bases here, you've got to be alert on every single pitch. There's something going on before the pitch, after the pitch, so if you're asleep at the wheel, you're going to be thrown out. That ball is popped up in the air, very high. Pitcher comes over, it's in foul territory. First baseman comes out of nowhere and grabs that for out number 2 in the inning. And you can see firsthand, I mentioned the wind, and that wind just turned that thing like a corkscrew coming down, and everyone had a beat on it. In the last second, it shifted.
First base number 23, Alex Dunkel.
And that will bring up Alex Dunkel tonight, playing first base tonight because Sam McClanahan is the starting pitcher. He takes strike 1. Matt Scheretti on deck for the Knights. Going on the pitch early. Oh, and he's caught in a rundown. Oh, and DeMario is going to be safe. First baseman went to grab the ball out of his glove and dropped the ball. So DeMario getting a mulligan here in the inning. He was dead to rights, and unfortunately for Badin, they could not hold on to the ball. So 0-1 the count, 2 outs on Alex Dunkel here at the plate. Delivery, strike 2. So he's been throwing strikes. You just got to go up there and be aggressive. You got to be thinking every pitch, almost approaching it like you got 2 strikes here, because the Knights are watching strikes 1 and 2 very quickly. That ball is popped up and fouled out of play. Count holds 0-2. Swing and a miss, dropped the ball and was tagged out. So at the end of 1/2 inning, Knights 0, Badin coming to bat. Okay, junior Josh Hegeman, center fielder for Badin, will lead things off for them in the bottom half of the first inning. One of 55 left-handers on the team. Sam McClanahan comes across for strike one. Probably one reason that we're bringing left-hander here tonight. So Sam McClanahan getting the start tonight here. It's important that he stay on schedule with his pitch counts and with his balls and strikes here. Gotta throw strikes, especially a double header coming up tomorrow. And I don't believe Sharetti will be available for that, but I'm not sure. Strike two. But either way, we're going to need probably 4 or 5 pitchers tomorrow. So we need to be very efficient here at the plate tonight. Just missing. 2-2. And that's just not from Sam. That's from the defensive players have to play a tight game here tonight. They played an outstanding game Wednesday defensively for 6 innings, and then the 7th inning, I can't tell you quite what happened there, but it wasn't pretty. Just missing, and the count is full, so McClanahan going full on the first batter, and you can see by the camera shaking just how windy it is here with the gusts. And here comes the 3-2 payoff. Strike 3, he rung him up, and that was a nice pitch.
Third baseman number 1, A.J. Henninger.
Okay, and that brings up sophomore A.J. Henninger here, second baseman. And pitch number 1 is a ball. 2 coming in high. Strike 1. Ball is hit right up the middle for a base hit. Barhorst will handle the throw and throw it back in.
The first baseman number 8, Caden Kimbrell.
Okay, number 8, Caden Kimbrell, first baseman for Badin, will come up to bat. Big lead over at first. Another throw over to first. Just missed. Ball high. That hit the batter, and he will move on to first base. And there are two on board here.
Left fielder number 7, Alex Barger.
Okay, Alex Barger comes to the plate for the Rams. McClanahan fakes the throwback. So Mangan back at third, having to stay there in the event of a sacrifice because he's got to cover third. But Barger swinging away. And I know that there were some Badin parents that came over before the game, and they were trying to get the address to follow the game tonight online for some family members, and I apologize that I'm mangling your players' names, but not quite sure how to pronounce them, so I apologize. McClanahan delivers. It's foul ball against the fence, and 0-2. So McClanahan working ahead here to the first couple batters he's faced. Need to get an out here. The delivery. Strike 3. He goes down. So very uncharacteristic. Two Badin Rams going down, looking at a call third strike here in the first inning. Ryan Kirkendall is up to hit for the Rams. Runners going. Oh, and that ball gets by Mangan, and that's going to score a run and advance other runner to third base. So this is exactly what I was talking about as the game started. The Knights just cannot give these opportunities to the Rams because they will take advantage of them and then some. So 1-1 the count with 2 outs. Timeout's called. Knights trying to avoid further damage here in the bottom of the first. Ball is popped up high in the air. Right fielder's coming in. Scheretti makes the catch, and so Badin scores 1 run, and at the end of 1 complete, Badin 1, Alter nothing.
Leading off for the night, right fielder, number 19.
Okay, Matt Scheretti, who
Scheretti.
pitched a heck of a game on Wednesday for the Knights, leads off the second inning. He's back in right field this evening. Strike one. So again, Knights continuing to look at that first strike coming across the plate. That ball is away, 1-1. Got to go up there. He's been throwing strikes on the first pitch to nearly everyone, so you got to be ready to hit. That ball is hit hard to left field. Left fielder's going back. That's over his head. That's going to go to the wall. Scheretti on to second, and he's going to hold there. And Scheretti has a leadoff double for the Knights, so very solid hit. And the wind certainly helped carry that. And so the outfielders just have additional challenges here tonight with the win, and that brings up senior Kevin Barhorst. Barhorst, first game back after being out in Washington with the other seniors. It's nice to have them back tonight, bringing a steadying calmness. And that was he squared up the bunt, and that ball went behind him. So that accomplished the goal without wasting a pitch. So Barhorst settling in. I'm sure the bunt will be off on this pitch. The 1-0 delivery, and he grounds the ball to shortstop. That's going to score the run, and that's over his head, and a throwing error, and Kevin Barhorst is aboard. More importantly, though, the Knights score a run and even up the game at 1-1. So, nice at bat there. Okay, so the meeting at the mound is done.
Left fielder, number 6.
And that brings up senior left fielder Ryan Mangan to the plate. So Ryan looking to keep the momentum alive here. Takes the throw, and now he's caught. Barhorst is caught in a rundown, and he is out. He is out on the tag. So, like I said before, you cannot take for granted base running against this team. They will cut you down, and they did in that case. So now with one out, the bases are cleared, and Ryan Mangan is up to bat. Ball's away. One ball. What was that?
79.
Okay, that was a 79 mile an hour fastball. That ball is blooped up, and that will be caught by the right fielder who went over, and the wind had died down there slightly and able to make the catch. And so with 2 outs, Matt Mahoney comes to bat for the Knights.
Matt Mahoney.
Swing and a miss, strike one. It's a nice swing, just a little late. Call strike 2. And quickly, Osborne ahead 0-2. And he went, yes he did, and so strikes him out, and going into the bottom of the second, the score is 1-1, Alter Badin. Okay, to lead off the bottom of the second, catcher Dylan Bellauer comes up for Badin. Strike 1 call. Missing up and away, 1-1. It is a beautiful stadium here at Badin. It's all grass, very well maintained. Okay, 2-1 the count. McClanahan working from the windup. Outfield playing straight away. McClanahan taking too much time. Bellauer asks for time and is granted. Now he's ready to begin again. Ball 3. Okay, the 3-1 delivery. Ball is popped up and out of play. Ball missing, low, and the leadoff batter is on board.
17, Sergio
Designated
DiCello.
hitter. That's Sergio DiCello up. Got to be quick here with the cut switch. There's a lot of music being played here. I love it, but it's driving me crazy. as far as cutting it out. Bellauer leads at first. McClanahan comes home. That hit him. Second time this evening. A runner's on base because of that, and first two runners have reached here in the bottom of the second.
Right.
Showing bunt right away. The delivery. Ball's low, gets away, and he accomplishes the same thing, the sacrifice, when all the runners have advanced. So Alter not helping their cause this inning at all to begin things. And that is Luke Tabler, senior, at the plate, batting for Badin. And now the corners are up, trying to keep another run from scoring here. Missing inside, 2-0's the count, so Sam needs to settle down here and just throw some strikes, and Knights have to play some defense. That ball is hit high in the air to left field. Underneath is Mengen, who gets the out, but a run will score, and Badin is now ahead 2-1.
7, Joey Specht.
Junior Joey Specht is up for Badin. Runner on second base, and 1 out in the inning. McClanahan comes to the plate, strike one. McClanahan looking in. And delivers. The ball almost hit me. It came to the backstop, and that's going to advance a runner. And Sam might as well, could have been aiming for me on that one. And so now there's a runner on third, and corners are up again. Tried to bunt and went foul to the net. 1-2 the count. So now, swing away situation. Corner still up though. McClanahan looks in, comes set. And delivers. Ball's up. 2-2. Okay, so the Knights needing this out right here. Not letting another run across here in the second inning. McClanahan comes home. That ball is popped up and foul down the right field line. McClanahan comes to the plate. That ball is hit solid, and that's going to be in the gap between left and center. That scores a run, and Badin is striking again. Scores 3-1, and he is now on second base. And that's going to roll things over to the top of the lineup.
Center fielder,
And that brings up center fielder
Hageman.
Josh Hageman. All right, so the Knights needing to work out of this jam. Nice pitch by Sam for a strike. So Sam doing a nice job this evening of getting that first pitch strike. Ball outside, and Ewald had to slide to get hold of that one. That's a ground ball. DeMario is over. He's got to hurry the throw. And he got him at first base. That was close. But he is out. That advances the runner to third base. And that brings up sophomore A.J. Enginger. So Jack DeMario making a nice play at shortstop. Strike one, not his primary position for the Knights. Jack normally at second base, but showing his range over there. As always, a very sure glove for the Knights. And with 2 outs, Walter again trying to get out of this without any more blood. And that is going to score a run right there. So the Knights just killing themselves here with pass balls, wild pitches, and catching errors on steals. So I don't know exactly. I think Badin probably only has one earned run here this evening. Regardless, they are up 4-1 now, and it's not an easy thing to dig yourself out of here. McClanahan overthrowing on that one, bouncing it in front of the plate, hitting Ewald on the bounce in the chest. 2-1 the count. Time is called. Took too much time. Just missing outside. 3-1. So the bases are empty at the moment. Trying not to put anyone on. And it's ball 4. So that will bring up Caden Kimbrell. Kimbrell playing first base tonight for Badin. Badin going on the pitch. They got a good jump. No way in the world going to get him. And it's important that we check the runners. First inning, Sam checked the runner quite a bit. This time not doing that. So in a Big lead here at second base again. Delivery, that ball is hit high in the air. Right field over, Scheretti over the shoulder, not able to make the catch. That scores 1. Kimbrough will go into second base. That was one where, again, the wind took that ball out and just out of his reach. And so, great effort by Scheretti, just not able to come down with it. And so, score is now 5-1 in favor of the Rams. And that will bring up Alex Barger, left fielder. That is hit the exact same spot. That's in the gap. That's going to score 1. And he's going to wave him onto third base. He's going hard. The throw is over there. And he is in with a triple. So he was thinking 3 the entire time. So, and Badin just doing everything right here in the inning.
Shortstop, Ryan Kirkendall.
Score is 6-1. Okay, Rob Kirkendale's up for Ryan Kirkendale after a trip to the mound by Mike Hozel, just trying to tell the Knights, you guys got to settle down and just get out of this inning. Just to drop and block that. Nobody coming, but we just have got to take care of the ball better than we are taking care of the ball here. McClanahan looks in and delivers inside. 2-0, and you know, one of my bigger concerns here is the number of pitches that McClanahan has thrown here in the second inning. That ball is hit hard, and that is fair, and that's to the fence. Badin just putting a hitting display on. So another run is across, another double, and the score is now 7-1 in favor of Badin. And down in the bullpen, the Knights have some activity going here.
Catcher.
Ball's missing. They steal him. Mangan is not able to handle the throw, and another run is across for the Knights. Not for the Knights, for the Rams, and the score is 8-1. So Knights really struggling here in the second inning. And Trying to figure out who that is throwing in the bullpen because it's number 24. Swing and a miss, and the Knights do not have a 24 on their roster that I can see. So, oh wait, nope, it's Andrew Wayner. He was over there in the third column. Ball missing away. So I think at this point the Knights not wanting to go too deep into their bullpen, but may be forced to here, even with the doubleheader scheduled for tomorrow. Doesn't look like we're getting any more rain, so those games will be played. So the count is 2-2 with 2 outs. That's a ground ball. Mangan's going to have to charge. And nice play by Mangan. Gets the out, but not before Badin scores 6 runs in the inning. And at the end of 2, the score is 8-1 favor Badin. As we begin the third inning here for the Knights, pitcher Sam McClanahan will lead things off. So this is a situation where you don't think about getting 7 runs in an inning. You just worry about pitch to pitch, getting on base, and froze McClanahan there with the fastball for strike 1. And that is popped high in the air. Second baseman going out, making a really nice catch, falling down. And umpire had to run out there and say, show me the ball, and he did. So McClanahan down in the inning, and Jack DeMario comes to bat for the second time this evening. Jack hits that first one to right field, but fortunately right to the right fielder, and quickly there 2 away in the inning. And that will bring up third baseman Danny Mangan. Danny making a nice play to end the last inning, having to charge a ball and then throw off balance. Up and away, ball 1. Wayner continuing to throw down in the bullpen for the Knights. Ball is hit high and deep to center field, and it's over the center fielder's head. Center fielder falls down, it's right to the fence, and Mangan crushes a ball to straightaway center. And so Danny Mangan showing some power there. And now it is up to senior Sam Ewald to duplicate that effort here with two outs.
Luke Ewald.
So Ewald catching here for the Knights this senior season, and he will be moving on to Ohio University Bobcats as a preferred walk-on for football. So glad to have him with us here. Strike one. He could have opted not to play and just start getting ready for football, but wanting to finish strong with his teammates, and we appreciate that. Catcher for Badin setting up inside, and that's off the handle of his bat. Pop up to right field to first baseman, and the side is retired. So middle of the third inning, Knights come away with nothing, and they trail in the game 8-1. All right, starting off here in the bottom of the third. Oh, he squared up the bunt, and that pitch went behind him. Got away from McClanahan, and that is Sergio DeCello, a sophomore, one of three sophomores on the team, and all three of them starters for Badin. So it's a strike. So on the entire roster, only three sophomores, and they have an immediate impact out there. So just a huge roster, though, for the varsity at Badin. That's that line drive across the middle, and it just grazed off of Jack DeMario's glove.
Right fielder Luke Tabler.
And I'm surprised he was able to even get a hand on that. So Luke Tabler up now for Badin. A big lead at first, and I'll say it again, you gotta check the runner, keep him honest. Sam just stepping off to get him to go back. DeCello, sizable lead, and Sam throws over, and that's past him. First baseman, and he's gonna go three, and he has some wheels. going to wave him around to go home. So the Knights just hurting themselves. And it's just the Knights just struggling here as of late. I mean, it's starting off the season really strong, and then, you know, I think sometimes when you're struggling to rebuild here, losing can be contagious, and so it doesn't help when you have to play back-to-back games against the Badin Rams. I don't think anyone wants to do that. Somebody had told me that the Rams are number 5 in the state in the latest poll, and I have no doubt. I'd like to see the 4 teams that are better than them right now, because I'm telling you, from a pitching and base running, that ball is hit to left field, and that's going to drop and score and run, and it's 9-1. I mean, the Rams do it all. They've got the pitching, the hitting, the base running, the defense.
Second baseman, Joey.
Okay, and so Andrew Wayner will come on to pitch for the Knights. Okay, so I'll try to talk here till the music comes back on, but you know, the Knights looking to right the ship tomorrow, doubleheader against Xenia, and it would be nice to take 2 to get things back on track. Next week we have Fenwick, and so want to be on a roll going into that game against GCL rival. And this will be senior Andrew Wayner's first appearance for the Knights here. All right, set to begin here. So Andrew Wayner coming in a situation where we have a runner on first, no outs, and that ball is popped up and over the concession stand. And that is second baseman Joey Speck, the junior for Badin. Ball high. That is just lined down the third base line. They are going to wave the runner around and held him at third base. And runners at second and third, no outs. And that baseball had eyes on it, because it just went past the diving glove of Danny Mangan, who made a nice effort to get to the ball, but that would have been difficult for anybody. The delivery, missing outside. Fouled up and away. Fouled up and away. Bounced in front of the plate. And the count evens at 2-2 here in the third inning. Runners at second and third for the Rams. Just missing low. And the count is full. That ball is smoked to right field, and that's going to be to the right field fence. And runner, or the batter, fell right on first base, so he will be held to a double, but knocked in 2 runs, and it is 11-1. Runner at second. That's behind the batter. Who happens to be sophomore AJ Enginger. And he's going, and he went in standing up, no throw. That's why you got to check the runner. Did not check the runner at all, and he took off early. So 11-1, and I'm going to take a minute here and just kind of, that ball's strike. That's it's 11-1. Third inning, you're scoring at ease and you're running your guys around the bases. So kind of a classless act, and that's a single to center field. And they're going to go in for 2. So score is now 12-1. No outs in the inning. And so Caden Kimbrell comes to the line. Ball's fouled up and out of play. It gets away from Ewald. 1-1. Just missing low. Ball missing high, 3-1. Knights really needing a strike and an out here in the inning. Ball 4, and there are 2 on board here in the third. And that brings up number 12, Alex Barger. Strike one, nice pitch by Wayner. Ball missing outside. 1-1. That ball was hit. It's finding the hole. Oh, and that bounced by Meng, and that's going to score one. And they hold the runner at third. 13-1, and that was just that ball tailed with the wind and bounced and just went right by Mangan. Okay, runners on second and third. Still no outs in the inning. That ball is high. Missing again, high. Strike one. So Wayner doing his best here to battle in the third inning. Not easy, but unless something major happens, you have to think that he is going to go the distance here. Mike Hosel, that's to the backstop, but they hold the runner at second and third. Coach Hosel not wanting to spend any more pitching here tonight. Strike. So full count here. And, you know, Badin just doing a great job of hitting the ball right in the gaps the whole night. Missing outside, and bases are loaded. And it looked like that pitch was rushed by Wayner, like he wasn't set. So now so bases loaded, the corners are up. Infielders at double play depth, and that's a strike to Dylan Bellauer, the catcher, who is a junior for the Badin Rams. That's a ground ball to DeMario, who flips and throws over to Mahoney for the double play. Run scores, but doing their job. That's why you play double play depth. There are 2 outs in the inning. Sergio DeCillo's up. One-0 the count. That ball is hit up and out of play. And the count evens at 1-1. That's up, and Mangan is back and makes the catch to retire the side, but Badin scoring a bunch. I can't count that high. I've run out of fingers and toes. And at the end of 3, the score is 14-1. Okay, so the top of the 4th inning here for the Knights, and freshman Alex Dunkel comes to the plate.
First baseman Alex
So
Dunkel.
let's not waste this opportunity in the game. Let's not go through the motions. Let's play hard through the end. Let's show that we're turning the corner here. This is a good team. This is a great team they're playing. Strike 1. And you got to play air-free fundamental baseball. Strike 2. Missing outside. One-two count. Sophomore Matt Scheretti on deck. I got him inside. And there's one away, and Matt Scheretti comes to the plate. Matt had a monster hit. And he is playing, I would say, arguably the best baseball on the team right now, all areas of the game. And so Matt only a sophomore, so the next few years are going to be exciting to watch him continue to grow and evolve here as a player. That ball is popped up, and center fielder coming in, making the catch, and they're 2 away. So that will bring up senior center fielder Kevin Barhorst to the plate.
The center fielder Kevin Barhorst.
Swing and a miss. Good cut. Swing and a miss. High fastball in on his hands, and nobody's going to get that one. And that's what we've seen a lot with this pitcher here tonight, Osborne. Swing and a miss. Once you get 2 strikes on him, he comes in at your hands and kind of freezes you. So the Knights quickly up and down, but at least he went down swinging, and it is 14-1. Okay, so Matt Schneider, the right fielder, will come to bat for Badin here. Wayner delivers strike one. Ball's up and in, some chin music there. 1-1 the count. Ball's to the backstop. Ball missing high. Ball bounces to the backstop, and Schneider runs down and rounds the first base, not going anywhere.
Second baseman Joey
score.
Speck.
Joey Speck coming to the plate for the 20th time this evening for Badin. That ball is a ground ball through third baseman and shortstop. Both made efforts but could not get to the
Center
ball.
fielder number 30, Kevin Hawk.
So senior left fielder Kevin Hawk comes to the plate for the first time this evening. Runners at first and second with no outs here in the fourth inning. Nice pitch by Wayner. Four seam. And the count evens at 1-1. And that ball is up and outside. Ground ball right over the third base bag, and it dies, and that's going to score a run. So we now have runners at first and second.
Number 6, Evan Schlensker.
And coming to the plate is Evan Schlensker for the first time this evening for Badin. Strike one. Umpire being generous, but I think you need to open up the strike zone at this point, so I'm not complaining. Nice call, Blue. That's the ground ball to Mangan, who throws to second base. Mahoney trying to pull the ball out to make a throw to first and drops it. And trying to see what happened. He called him safe, but the Badin player walked to the dugout. So that was a weird situation there. I don't know. I didn't see the tag, but he started walking to the dugout. Maybe he was tagged out at that point. I'm not sure. Either way, runners at first and third with one out. And that is a ground ball dribbler. Nice play by Wayner, who takes it and underhands it to first. Run scores.
The left fielder, Alex Barger.
Barger comes to the plate. Runner at second base, 2 outs. That ball is hit to right field, and that's going to go to the gap, to the fence. And he is in for a double. Barger's in for a double. And that brings Ryan Kirkendale to the plate. And he is being taken down now. And we'll have a pinch runner, our pinch hitter. Trying to see who that is. And it's going to be number 11 for Badin.
Now batting number 11, Spencer Geesting.
Spencer Geesting. Ben Kogan comes to the plate for Badin. That's a ground ball up the middle. I'm telling you, it's they are putting on a hitting clinic today. And that brings up the pitcher, Sean Osborne. I think the only thing I'm happy to sing here is that all these seniors are graduating. So this is a huge senior class for Hamilton Badin, a very strong class, strike one, and I wish them the best of luck, but I'm glad we're not going to play this group anymore. But Badin just reloads every year, so we'll have a new set of faces next year to look at. Bounces that in front of the plate, 1-1. So not an easy task here for senior Andrew Wayner, and he is just battling the best he can. Ball missing high. That's a ground ball. Finally, a ball goes foul down the line. We have not had good luck with that tonight. So 2-2 is the count. And the wind just continues to gust around here. Just missing outside. And the count is full. Swing and a miss. He goes down swinging. And that's the end of the inning. 18-1 your score. Okay, here in the top of the 5th inning, Ross Ragland comes up to the Knights to pinch hit. So his first plate appearance here, varsity for the season, and a tough task. Swing and a miss. Strike one. That was 81 mile an hour fastball. In the dirt, Ross holds up 1-1. Strike two. And Ragland digging in. In the dirt, bounces to the fence. And that left-hander is Blake Smith, senior, here for Badin pitching. Left-handed pitcher. The nice movement on his fastball moving in. Strike three, and that's one down. And pinch hitting for the Knights here. Number 9, Jack Augustine. These guys for the Knights appreciating the opportunity to hit, but I'm sure not the most ideal situation for them coming up here. Augustine holds, ball one. And on deck for the Knights is 24 pitcher Andrew Wayner. Swing and a miss. And the pitch. 1-2 the count. Swing and a miss. So quickly there are 2 outs. And that will bring up Andrew Weiner. So Knights down to seemingly their last out here in the game because of run rule. And I'm not going to try to put lipstick on a pig here. And bounces that first one, ball one. Knights struggled, but they are a young team. For the most part, you just cannot make errors against a team as good as Badin and expect to compete. So the Knights, the good news is the Knights have little time to think about this. They turn around tomorrow with a doubleheader at Xenia, and it would certainly be nice to take both of those to get us ready for a stretch with with Fenwick next week. 3-0 count on Weiner. That ball's high. So Weiner's aboard with 2 outs, and that will bring up Jack DeMario. And you can expect Jack is going to battle here to the last out. One of the things I've known Jack since he played SDK football back in the early grades, and the thing that I really like about Jack is he is a competitor. Strike one, and he will fight and get back up when you knock him down. So I'm gonna be sad not to watch Jack play any of his sports after the season's over. Ball missing outside, but he is on to bigger and better things. I know his brother just won an award. He is in sports marketing, and that's a pop-up, and that fell right behind the second baseman, and Weiner goes over to third, and so 2 outs inning. That's just the win. That is the win tonight, because he was underneath that, and then at the last second, the ball just kind of blew behind him. So with 2 outs, third baseman Danny Mangan comes to the plate, and he hit a monster last inning, or 2 innings ago, to over the center fielder's head. So, but as I was saying, Jack DeMario's brother won an award down in Austin. So congratulations to him, former Alter Knight. I believe he was a football player at Ohio Northern. Missing outside. So where was this pitcher earlier in the game? So one and one is the count. Runners on first and third. That ball looked inside, but came across the plate, across the strike zone, and so it is 1 and 2. Swing and a miss. Dropped the ball, so he will throw on to first, and that is the ball game. So not a pretty game here tonight, but what can you do? So final score here, 18-1, and we just move on. We turn around and we come back tomorrow. So we will see you tomorrow morning at Xenia High School. This is Dave Hellman for Alter Knight Baseball.